Remember the internationally celebrated Egyptian Revolution of 2011, where young activists led a popular uprising that ended 30 years of Hosni Mubarak's autocratic rule? And remember how around 900 protesters were killed? Well, nearly 4 years later, those celebrations are long dead, as are the hopes for justice for those killed, or so it seems. No one is being held responsible to date for those deaths after a judge threw out all charges against Mubarak and acquitted his top aides in the killings of the nearly 900 protesters. Cairo-based journalist Sharif Qaddous tweeted, "Chalk it up to mass suicide." That cynicism was echoed in Egyptian press with numerous headlines asking, so who is the killer? But maybe the better question to ask to understand what's going on in Egypt right now is, who's in jail and who's not? Well, for starters, Mubarak and the head honchos of his regime are basically out of jail, including the police chiefs who oversaw security during the 18 days of the revolution. Mubarak remains on house arrest in a military hospital. So who is in jail then? Well, a lot of the left-leaning activists who led the revolution in 2011. They're in there in large part thanks to a 2013 law that effectively gives the government free rein to ban any protest it deems threatening and jail anyone who doesn't comply. Human Rights Watch estimates hundreds have been arrested for breaking this law. That includes leaders from the April 6 youth movement, one of the main forces that pushed for the revolution in 2011, but has since been outlawed by the state. Who else is behind bars? Mohamed Morsi, Egypt's first democratically elected president, who was overthrown in a military coup in July 2013, 1 year after taking office. Also jailed are most of the leadership of his fellow Muslim Brotherhood, which the government also outlawed after declaring it a terrorist organization. This, on top of the life sentences that over 100 of them have already received, not to mention the mass death sentences. A lot of the Brotherhood supporters who've protested have also been swept up in jail. In fact, more than 15,000 since July 2013. So nearly 4 years since the revolution, Egyptians and folks around the world are reflecting on where the country now stands. Political cartoons like these have popped up on social media, making a point that Egypt is perhaps right back to where it was. So the revolution was televised, but is it now off the air for good? Where do you think it goes from here?
تدخل بوابة الجامعة، في بوابات إلكترونية، كلاب حراسة، شركات أمن، قوات خاصة.